Can anyone catch them, do you think?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, unbelievable. We didn't expect that.
As unbelievable as it sounds, this is another Arsenal podcast, that is the Away Gooners podcast. We bring news and reaction from Arsenal fans from all over the world. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Away Gooners podcast. We have got Arun, Hale, and Deepak back with us again today. Guys, I told you so. 3-0 win against Newcastle. My prediction was the one that was right. So
finally you got one right, because
come on,
Plus
I got
it is-
exact prediction right. 3-0.
Plus, there's no contest here. It's not like people are going to be sad if you get the predictions, right? Everyone's going to be happy here.
Yeah, but were you guys? I'll just come across to you, Arun, because I wanted to check with you, because you were the one who said it's not going to be a clean sheet.
Yeah.
So I want to bring that up on your face.
Well, I have enough good reasons to. I had enough good reasons to have said what I said. So you cannot hold that against me. I mean, like, supporting Arsenal, for crying out loud. Like, predicting a clean sheet is like is a huge thing. So more people would have said the same thing that I did. You know, nobody would have predicted a clean sheet. You are one of the few.
Yeah, but how good did it feel to see that performance? I mean, apart from the goals, the second half was really good.
It was really good. It showed that we are able to actually, have some sort of a game plan going against teams that are really, really shit. So these are the teams that we were struggling to get points off because they would just play a complete low block throughout the game. Now, Crystal Palace was different. This one was different. I would be happier if we managed to win games like the Crystal Palace ones too, because Newcastle, again, like I said, they didn't seem to be, even actually being very competitive for most parts of the game. The fact that Leno hardly had anything to do shows how good they were. Not taking anything away from them as a team or the win, but this game is very good. These are the wins. I would take 3 points any day. The win is a win. But again, if you ask me if I would be happier with a win like this or a win against Crystal Palace, I would definitely choose Crystal Palace.
But then, Ellen, what Arun says is true to an extent. But for me, it felt like after seeing this game especially, right? It felt that the Crystal Palace game was more because of our good players being very tired after the 2-hour game against Newcastle, right? It doesn't look like it it didn't look like it was a case of lack in quality, more like it's a case of being tired, not able to produce the same levels. Did you feel that way?
It's exactly the same way I'm feeling. Like, see, in a season, right, there will be 1 or 2 games in between where we won't perform to our full potential and we'll fail. Crystal Palace game is one like that only. And see, regarding the clean sheets, I think it's 4 or 5 clean sheets in a row, which is a very good thing for us. But again, it's with Newcastle.
And with David Lewis and Holding being the defensive.
David Lewis is really good this season. If you compare his previous season, see, I'm not saying he's doing extraordinary performance.
We are in no position to get any jinxes, so please, no.
Very good is a loose term for David Lewis.
No, him not getting a red card or doing those stupid mistakes, right, itself is a very good thing from him. But again, Newcastle, right, if you see the last few games, not only against us, with others also, they're struggling to score. So, this clean sheet is not a very big thing. Say, if you take, few of the games where Carroll started, he's a good striker, or, he can win headers kind of thing, but, he's mainly used to, defend headers. Or, he's, somebody who's, playing in his own half. That is the level they are playing now. They're not even using a guy like Carroll.
He's the best defender.
Yes. The last few games, to be honest. So, we cannot be that happy that we have got 1 more clean sheet, but it's a good run, 4 or 5 runs with a clean sheet. I'm really happy with that.
Deepak, this is from the last 5 games, right? Out of 15 points, we have gotten 13 points. Are you happy with that?
Yes, yeah, I'm very much happy with the turn of form from us.
Do you think it's a turn of form, or do you think it's just the opposition has been really bad? Especially that Chelsea now looks like completely off rail.
Yeah, it's not just opposition. We have like improved like a lot, not a lot, like yeah, but we have improved a lot, I would say. Because even previously we were losing games against like Burnley and like some other teams also, which are like very bad team. But going by today's results, Burnley look like a good team. But still, yeah, I'm happy. I would have been even more happier if we had got the 2 points against Crystal Palace. But still, it has been a good upturn of form.
But the thing is, right, like from the 5 games, we would have predicted the 13 points. Not even 13 points, because we would have predicted a loss against Chelsea, which would have resulted in us getting like 12 points. 12 points is what we would have seen.
Wait, were people predicting a win against Crystal Palace? I think people were still wary of Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah, but the most optimistic outcomes that we would have seen from
would have been 15 on 15.
That is delusional, not optimistic.
Why not go for 5 wins in that case?
That's delusional.
I expected like 9 points from this games, like the 5 games. I expected us to lose against Chelsea and Brighton. But yeah, like we won. Those were the first 2 games, and so we won. I am like happy.
But actually, I was of the opposite. I was thinking like we'll win against Chelsea, but we will like lose or like draw against Brighton and Crystal Palace. That's what I was thinking.
So everyone predicted
because this season is like that.
Everyone predicted us losing more points than what we got on table in the last 5 games.
I don't think I predicted even 1 win, so get me out of that.
He's always optimistic about Pepe, but not about the team. That's
not about the team. No. Pepe is not even being optimistic; it's just being hopeful.
Yeah, well, let's not get into Pepe now. But I was going to hold on to Deepak because I was going to ask him about his starting lineup. What was his thought when? What were your thoughts when you saw the starting lineup with Partey in, David Luiz in, Cedric in?
It was a predictable starting lineup, except for Cedric coming in for Bellerin. So I expected Partey to like start right away after his like return from injury. Because he's our best player right now in the team.
But more than that, right? David Luiz starting was a bigger question for me, because since Gabriel has been back for some time, this is not like the first game he's missing out. He's been in bench even last game.
Yeah, but he is back from COVID, so I would like still give him like some more time to like to be to his complete form. Because he has been our best player for the first 2 months. I don't think so he would hit the heights after coming back from COVID. We do not know like how bad it was for him. So we know like a lot of players around Premier League, like Havertz, I heard like he had like a very bad COVID and he hasn't been performing. That might be also one reason for not starting him.
Your body is not the same. Aguero is also positive now, right?
Yeah. So yeah, those are the reasons I could find whether not starting Gabriel. But yeah, David Luiz was really good in that game. And he has been like really good for the entire year.
I wanted to hear that from you. That's why I asked that question to you. Because Deepak is one of the person who is not very happy with David Luiz being an Arsenal player.
Nothing like that. But yeah, like previously, last season, he was like really bad with his red cards as well as like stupid mistakes. He has cut down those mistakes to like, I would say even like 5 or 10%. And he has been like a really good for this entire season. As well as Cedric was also very good in this game. It was like seeing back his like Southampton days, making like good crosses and like defending well. Plus it was Newcastle and they didn't do anything the entire game. I expected a lot from Newcastle since they started Carroll. I thought they would be putting a lot of balls into the box, but they didn't do that. They did the exact opposite thing. So it was like easier for us to defend. And yeah, it was a good solid win. And yeah, if we didn't score, it would have been like Crystal Palace game. But like Partey changed that. He like literally changed gear in that like a single like turn and pass to Abba. Still, Aubameyang had a lot to do, but yeah, happy he has scored. I was I was criticizing Aubameyang in the WhatsApp group a lot because he was missing chances. But good to see him back.
Yeah, Arun, talking about Cedric, he said he was really good. I didn't feel that way. To be frank, I felt he was a decent. He had a decent game, not really exciting. Like if you ask me today that if Cedric starts ahead of Bellerin, I would say no, not yet. So what were your thoughts on?
Cedric should never start ahead of Bellerin.
No, but there were talks about that he had a really great game and he was really good and all those things. So
no, he was just doing what he could possibly do. That was like he was just showing the maximum potential that he had, and that's it. And after a point, it was if you notice in the second half, he tried a few things. Like I think he nutmegged someone like through his legs from when he was like actually behind him, and the defender was behind him. Well, that I felt it was a result of the entire team playing with such high levels of confidence that and the fact that we were playing really well at that point, like it allowed them to do stuff like that, and it came off. That is possibly the aspect of his game that we got him for, like in terms of his offensive ability and the ability to get these chances, and that's what he showed. So for me, he was probably like playing his. I would not say the best game in Arsenal shirt because I don't know. I really don't know. I have never been able to judge him if he's had a good game or not, because for me, in my eyes, he's always having a bad game. So I don't know if I'm biased or not, but it always seems like he's having a bad game. So when you see all that, yeah, maybe you can say he had a good game, but he didn't have a great game or anything. This is the quality that you would expect from a guy who plays in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he had a great game or anything, but he had like a decent game. I would say he had a good game, in fact, yeah.
But again, he also did the foul throw, so it's an Arsenal problem.
You should actually be happy that he had only a foul throw and nothing more than that. Like given that he was playing ahead of Bellerin, not that Bellerin is great, but given that Cedric and we know how well he plays and how badly he plays as well, and he was playing, I would just be happy that it was just one foul throw, nothing more than that.
That's a pretty low standard.
He was the main enforcer for the third goal. Like the run he did, like when it was about to that showed his attitude or work rate, which was good. Like that was missing in the previous games, and that is why we are thinking that he has done a great job.
But Ellen, do you think that third goal should have stood? Because even now, I'm not sure that the third goal should have stood.
I have one way of like looking into that. Initial thought was like it was not a goal, but when you take the goal line technology for goals, right? Mm-hmm. If it is little bit on the line, also it is not considered as a goal. It has to cross the line. Mm-hmm. So if you take the same yardstick here, right, this ball hasn't crossed the line completely. You can say if you take the same yardstick, it is on play only and it's a valid goal. Based on that comparison, I'm seeing that as a valid goal. Okay. And regarding Cedric's performance will affect Bellerin. Like say if Renasson saves 3-4 penalties in a cup game, will you replace him with Leno?
Doesn't it hurt you even a little bit to say stuff like that? Whatever you say.
No, that's exactly the reason why I said Renasson as an example. Because that Picasso even more. Because just one good game from Cedric, he started to think about replacing Bellerin. So.
If Renasson makes 2 or 3 penalty saves in a game, I'll personally build a statue for him outside Emirates Stadium. I'll personally put in money to build a statue for him outside Emirates Stadium. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, also it was against Newcastle. It's not like he played against Liverpool or something.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So, but again, he shouldn't start again ahead of Bellerin for sure.
But again, Deepak, see, Liverpool lost against Burnley. We lost against Burnley. So is Liverpool that much different than us? I don't think so.
You're saying the same thing which I said in the WhatsApp group. As a comedy.
But that is the truth. We were talking about earlier, I think, in another part about the circle of losses, how someone lost to us and then they lost to them. So It's a similar kind of analogy, but really talking about the goals. Let's start about the goals, Ellen. The first goal completely created by Partey, right? The touch,
Agreed.
the turn, the ball. That shows class. He doesn't look like he's 100% yet. Partey on the field doesn't look like he's 100% yet. And for some parts of it, I was feeling bad because he was in really good position to receive the ball, but our team. Did you feel that our team is not ready to pass the ball to him
See,
at
it's
some
like
situation?
it takes time. No, it takes time. Like say for the player, like say he was not even involved much in training also because of his injury. And like even though he's there for a long period for us, it is not exactly that much because of his injury. So it will take its own time. See, and as I said in the previous pod also, like the team is not only having trouble with new players, they are also troubling with new strategies, new formations, like new ways of playing. Everything is like happening at the same time. So it will take even more time than the usual, and that is what is happening. And once like Partey plays like 2-3 games like this way, right? Like then people will automatically pass it to him because it is like that way. That see, good thing in this game is like the way he brought it like from defense to attack very quickly. That is what like we were expecting from Partey, and that is what he was showing in this game. And like that's a very good sign. And like as I said in the past, like you made fun of me also. Partey Saka is the best combination we have, and like again, it's Newcastle, so
the
we
thing
cannot judge by that.
the thing that needs to be underlined is what we have. Okay, what we have is not good,
See,
and
in
that's
that
not
case,
enough.
like I can say, like Ronaldo or Messi can replace Auba. Like we
Yeah,
can say, go and say
no,
like that.
but
But
that
like
is
Zaka, if you see the last few games, also he has performed really well. Like see, once like we add that creative midfielder, like you can see like Zaka's performance is a lot more different. Like before that, like see, the issue was like maybe he didn't have anybody to pass to.
Deepak is just nodding. He's like, no. Do you want to
It's just
continue?
like Shaka, if he gives this performance for like 38 games, I would be happy. Not like just like 2 games after his stupid red card or like 2 games after his outburst, like with the manager or the player. He has to have like a string of like good games. Then only I would start believing in Shaka.
I don't want Xhaka to play 38 games. That's where I stand. But I get what you're saying, Ellen. Like, yeah, he has been having some good games. But
No, like let me rephrase it.
mhm.
I feel Zaka is the key for Partey to excel in Arsenal.
Oh, come on.
I might be like
That's no
odd one
way.
here.
No way.
No,
No
but
way.
Ellen,
that's
you're pushing it
the
now. You're pushing it.
No.
no. If like just to add it, right? Like this was not only my this thing. Even Partey says like he wanted to play with Zaka.
Yeah, he would say that because he's new to the team. Of course, he's going to
No, no,
say
no.
that. Come on.
No,
No,
he
I
can
don't think
say
so.
anybody, right? Like he can say like any
Who
player.
who
Like he
else can he
doesn't
say?
have to.
Ceballos is on loan, so he cannot
No,
say
no.
that.
Why are you
No
thinking
one
on
would say
midfield
like,
alone?
I
Like,
want to
see,
play with El
you,
Nini. That's what my
no, no,
dream is.
no. You don't have to talk with a midfield partner. Like you can talk about your strikers or anybody, right? Like he doesn't have to single out a single player. Like even that statement was not needed. Also, like if he had said he has seen something like which can help him. But again, fingers crossed, we'll have to know that in the next 10, 15 games, we'll definitely know about that.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I
good.
feel that will happen.
Hmm. Okay, but coming back to the first goal, that even though that was a good pass, right? Still Aubameyang had a lot to do, and it was a similar kind of position where he missed the chance in the first half. If you remember, Aubameyang missed a chance. He went to the left, but then he didn't cut back, and that was it. And I was not. Were you confident that he will score? Because I was not, because it was on his left foot. I thought it was going wide. But good that it went in, and it was good to see that Auba celebrated with his back flip, front flip.
Yeah, no, like I think it meant a lot for Auba. Like he's in bad form or like not scoring goal for a longer period. So that goal, right, gave him more confidence and like because he was under a lot of pressure, and that was for me more like a pressure relieving goal. So like I was happy for Auba there. But just like a few things on that side, right? Like we have seen in the past with Newcastle that 4-4, like where like a lot of goals are good. But if you see the last few years trends, right? Like we have never scored goals in the first half against Newcastle for some reason. Like we have always scored in the second half, like the last like few years. Like there is like that's a maybe like I'm not comparing because we are different managers. Newcastle played different way. It's not like it's more like a coincidence, but like that was that happened this time also. We were bad in the first half, like we were not that much clinical. Second half, like we were really good, and this goal really helped for us, because if that goal had come a little bit late, maybe we wouldn't have won it convincingly. It might, like say 70, 80 minutes with 0-0, like that would have given Liverpool, the Newcastle even more confidence to play for a draw.
But Deepak, it is becoming a little bit of a trend, or I'm getting a little bit worried that we are needing this kind of a break to get on a good performance. Even before, like in the COVID time, as in like when we had the no crowd, two drinks break kind of thing. During that time, after every drinks break, we used to play well, right? Is it kind of becoming a trend, like, or is it something wrong with the team that they need someone else or some other external factor to start them or to give them the motivation to go out and play well?
When you take this Newcastle game, I think like
No,
it
not just
wasn't
this
like
Newcastle game, right? We have had a couple of games like that. Even I think Brighton game was like that. We are playing better in one half than the better half and the other half, and it's mostly after a break.
I'm not sure how can I answer this. Probably, yeah, we might need some like a hair dryer treatment from Arteta every time. Maybe like the plans which they start with doesn't seem to work against the teams which we play, and then we might need to make some small tweaks with the tactics, and it might be helping the players. So yeah, like I don't think so. Like every team like can go like gung ho and like at the start. Maybe like every team has figured out how we are playing, and they are playing to the tactics, and we are not getting the enough ball possession or space to move the ball into. And like Arteta is finding something in the break and telling to the players like do this and do that, and we are playing better after the break. I wouldn't say that is a bad thing. Maybe it is like
No, but it is concerning, right? Like, because if our plan A is not working every game, that is concerning, right? Like we need a plan B to work, or we need a tweak in the strategy to work, which means our initial plan is not working.
yeah, the initial plan, if it is not working, it is on the players, and they should like start performing better, right? And plus, like with the players we have in hand, I'm not sure like it would like work every single time against every single opposition. So yeah, having a plan B and playing better at the second half is better than like not playing the entire game well.
Is this an answer from an Arsenal fan who is expecting nothing from this team and seeing something is better than like having the expectation of seeing nothing?
Yeah, I have reached that point.
But Arun, do you think the same way? Like, do you think it is, or is it just me who sees this as a worrying concern in the team?
Not really. I don't think it's a worrying concern, because this season, think about how we were playing like 10 games back or like 8 games back. You know, it's clear that this team has not got things right yet. It would take till the end of the season. So till the end of the season, we cannot really talk about things happening in the first half or not happening in the first half or things happening in the second half. It always happens this way, because we just saw the game against Crystal Palace without Kieran Tierney, where like with AMN playing, how much of a difference it made to the entire setup. It resulted in us not scoring goals. So it's the same point that Deepak said. The plan is probably right. If the execution is wrong, it's up to the players, right? So if they're able to change things in the second half, it's probably because of the manager, or probably because the manager says, okay, let's try something else. But I wouldn't be really worried about it, because this entire season, we have to keep in mind that this is where we're setting things up for the next few years. And even the setup is not going to be happening and being ready in just 1 year, 1 season. That's not going to happen. So in a learning transition phase, these are the pains that we have to contend with. And these we have to go through this. And given all that we are going through, I believe that we are definitely doing much better than what I expected us to do in this period, given how we are performing, like I said, 8 to 10 games ago. It's a drastic improvement. So I wouldn't really look a lot into it. It's just about the results now. Once the results starts coming, that would give the team a lot more confidence to be a lot more, implement the plans much in a much better fashion. That's how teams are forged, right? So it's not always that the plans go like whatever you're doing is going according to plan and that plan is going to work. It's it's just about like getting things right in the season and going on and building on that. So I really wouldn't be too concerned about it.
At least you guys are more positive than I am, because it is still concerning for me after listening to you. I still think that this is a pattern, and this team, what is going to happen when the fans come back and there is no shouting at it, or there is more pressure on the team, because I think
it's for me, it's a blessing in disguise for us this season that in
yeah.
its very first season he doesn't have the crowd pressure and he's actually able to like tell his players what he wants from them, and this will also give him a very good idea about who's listening and who's not, and who's actually taking instructions in and who is not. That is reflecting on the pitch. So it is very good for us that we're playing behind closed doors. No audience, no spectators for this season.
No, for this season, yes, but on a long run, Ellen, are you worried that these players will not be able to perform in front of a crowd? What would happen if the crowd starts booing? Are you worried about that part of it?
Not exactly. Like I'm actually like with Arun and Deepak on this, because like see,
come on,
we are
someone
seeing,
needs to back me up here.
No, I know, but the
We're
issue
trying to
here
be
is like
positive.
no, I'm not. It's not about positive or anything. Any transitioning team, right? Like they will always have like these kind of hiccups. The thing what excites me or like what makes me happy is that like they are able to overcome that. Like you are saying in the second half, like they're doing some. Yeah, I won't even blame the players also, because see, AMN when you're playing the tactics is different. He's not going to do what Tierney does. So the manager, right, like he starts with some plan, and like with the players and the way the opposition plays, it might not work out. Don't forget, this is the first proper season for Arteta also as a coach, where he does the full planning and everything. And he finds something like needs to be improved, or like he finds something needs to be modified. He's asking the team to do that. The team does that and the results are coming. That is how the teams will progress, or that is how the teams will learn. And like after like playing like this for a few years, right, like in this situation, the old plan will not work and the players themselves will adapt to the new plan. So that will happen eventually, but like these are starting stages of that. And from the small sample size, right, we have shown that we are improving, which shows the transition is working at least. It might not, like we will know by next season end. I won't even say this season end, like next season end only, like how it has worked properly or not. But these are some signs which are good for us. That is what I feel. And that is why like I won't worry about these things, because I expect these things to happen in a transitioning team.
But Ellen, talking about AMN though, right? Did you see the comments from Arteta? I don't think you would have seen the comments from Arteta after the game about AMN. So what he said was that Ainsley needs to play for his place like all other players. And there are a lot of players who are not getting as much time as Ainsley is getting. And we have played him in cup finals, semi-final. He has got a lot more minutes in Europa. He has got a lot more minutes. He has to prove for us that I have to pick him. This was the comment from Arteta. So do you think Arteta is not liking Ainsley? Like, I mean, when he started, Arteta didn't like him. And then he liked him. And then again, he's not liking him. Is that the way you
I
see
don't
it?
say it as I don't see it as like personal like or dislike issue here. I see a valid trend here. Like see, when he was playing more as left wing back or other position, right? If you see, Cedric was not playing good as the right wing back, so he was like the only backup for Bellerin. Same way, Kieran Tierney was playing in the back three at that time, like most of the time. He was not playing on the wing back or left back. So like he was playing as left wing back, and like there was not much competition. So that is the trend we are seeing. Like when the players were not available, he had to play AMN, he was playing. Now with the players back, right, AMN is not necessarily needed. And thinking from like AMN side also, like what are all the positions he played for us? Like he played at right back or right wing back, left wing back, not even left back, like left wing back most of the time. And then he says he's good at right midfield. I haven't seen him much in the right midfield, but he says that is his preferred area. So you have to take only these places. We play a front three, so right midfield is completely ruled out. He cannot be like a front on the right side, like out of the front three, because there are a lot of other good players than him. So right back, if you need now, it is Bellerin and Cedric is the second choice. So he's like down the order there too. Left wing back is the only place like he can play now. But again, with Tierney not playing like as a back three, right? Like that is his position. Like it is very difficult to discharge Tierney unless he wants to be rested or this thing. Luckily for him, there is no Kolasinac now. Or else like even there, because we play a back four, left back like Kolasinac will still be better than AMN. So if you take all of this, right, he doesn't have a position to play now, or the coach has a need for him to play in any positions. So the only way he can play now is like he has to prove to the coach that like he's better than the players already playing, or he's going to give something different. See, as I said in the past, like where we need to defend and use, where we need to break a play or something, like we can use AMN. But other than that, right, like he doesn't have shown any other skill set. And with the way the back four and everything is playing, right, like we need that other skill set to come up, like because we have to move to attack now. And he is like not good at that. And that is the reason why I think Arteta has given those statements. But I can understand like why that has been given. And I'm happy that coach is making it clear to him. Unlike the past, where it is like not at all, like players will be confused. Now he knows clearly he has to prove something to the coach, then only he will be selected.
But the other question I have is, right, like you have talked about all the positions that he has played. If he is not going to have a future at Arsenal, let's say, I don't want that. I want him to be at Arsenal because he's an Arsenal boy. But if he is not going to have a future at Arsenal, and if some other team has to come in to buy him, what will they buy him for? Right? Wolves came in. Are they buying? Wolves came in. Do they want him as a right back, right wing back? What is? Sorry?
They want him as a right wing back as a replacement for Matt Doherty.
Okay, but
but
he doesn't want to play as a right wing back.
Before that, now they don't need him because they signed Semedo.
No, I'm not saying like if Wolves need him, but if say we have to sell him, which team wants him? Like because he doesn't have any specific skill set. Right?
No. Let me put it the other way. If he wants to play at right midfield, like where he wants to play, which team will buy him as a right midfield?
No, exactly. That's the thing.
Doesn't help in attack.
Yeah.
The best position for him is like to play as a right wing back or a right back. That is the best position. He doesn't want to, like, if any club comes, they will come for those positions only for him. Yeah, they will not come for right midfield or like even left back or left wing back.
Yeah, but is he good enough for a right back for any other club? That's the question, right? Because
see, it depends on how the other team plays.
He's third choice. He's third choice at Arsenal as a right back, according to you.
He can be a third choice, like, but like say if it is like because the way he plays also. See, but if it is for a team like Mourinho, where defense is the main thing, they don't want any defender to attack. Not this year's Mourinho in the past. Like if you take that is the way Mourinho plays. That way, right? Like he becomes an asset there because he's very good at like doing that alone. So it depends on like the way the club plays. Like say for a lower of team, right? Like they wanted like right fullbacks not to attack but to defend. It's such a kind of team, right? He'll be an asset. But the issue is like whether he'll be ready to go and play that role is a different thing.
But
you also shouldn't forget that originally he was a midfielder, right? So any new manager who probably knows that he's a midfielder, and with the skills that he has got now, you know, like even if they are not a lot, if the ones that he got playing with wing back would probably an additional asset for him. Like, and when he does play as a midfielder, and if the manager is able to appreciate it, he'll probably take him in there, you know.
But Arun, to continue on that, right? Like the second goal was completely again built by Hale and boys. ESR going on his left, doing that whole running towards it. The most wonderful thing for me is that ESR makes the pass with his weak left foot, and then Saka scores with his weak right foot. These two boys, not just that they.
Are you sure Saka's right foot is weak?
Yeah, that's the whole point, right? Like it doesn't look like these two boys are having a weak foot. They are really good at because before that pass, ESR runs, right? He does that shimmy. It looks like both of these boys are really, really, really bright prospects right now.
Oh yeah, they definitely are, but I don't know if like we can say ESR doesn't have a weak foot. That's the real kind of hype that I don't want to give.
No, I'm just saying that.
I was just kidding because of the goal that he scored from his right foot. So
Yeah,
seriously.
because if you see, like he missed like a simple cross to Aubameyang in his right foot. So,
yeah. Like it's
no. My point is that these two look like really good players, as in like they're not scared. They're ready to take up responsibility in a team which has stars in Lacazette, in Aubameyang. They are the ones who's making the runs there. They are not scared to take that responsibility. Like if we consider any other youngsters, we have been talking about Arsenal being an youngster team for so long, youth centric and all this project youth and all those things. But there has been very few players. Like we could take Jack Wilshere when he was 18, when he had that. Ox when he had that. These are, and of course Fabregas had that. None of the other youngsters, when they step up to this level, they look scared. Like I saw this stat about ESR that till now he has 2 goals and 5 assists contribution to Arsenal career. 2 goals and 5 assists, and he has played what, 10 games?
You know what? I don't know if players are scared. It's not about youngsters being scared. It's more about their ability not being at the same level as what is required to be playing in the Premier League. That's what I would say. It's not about the fear. Like you look at a guy like AMN, does he look like he plays with fear? I mean, he never plays with any fear because he's just running around. He knows that his ability.
No, that's why I brought in the stat about ESR, right? Because he has made like 2 goals and 5 assists, and we know what Saka did last season. These are players who are not scared, but also with an end product, which is missing in a lot of youngsters.
Yeah, definitely. That's right. It's a combination of ability and the fact that this is a great opportunity for them to actually grab onto a place and cement their place as a first team player. Like ESR was not playing when we were playing back three. ESR was playing only when the need for a number 10 became blatant and obvious, was right in your face out of a situation where we needed a number 10. And that's when he was played. And when he started playing, he obviously knew that it was an opportunity for him to cement his place because there was no other person for competition. And he is young. He can show the manager so many things. It would probably even show the manager that he need not buy someone else in the winter transfer window. It looks like more increasingly like that's what's going to happen. But the very fact that ESR had this opportunity is very different from when Ozil was playing alongside him. At that point he would have a competition and you would never know how he would have reacted at that point. Saka, again, he's been with the team for one full season. He knows that a guy behind him is a 72 million almost flop. In that situation again.
Tell me that again, please. I want to hear that again, especially
almost a flop. He's still not a flop. So I would not give up on him just yet. So that's what I'm saying. Like when a guy like that with such a huge price tag is behind you, and this is an opportunity for you to make sure that he stays behind you, never gets into the team. You're definitely going to take that up with both your hands, and that's what these kids have done. The midfield and with Reece and Reece too. I don't know. He's not getting opportunities. I would not say he's good. He plays the same way, no matter what the opposition is. If you see him, he plays.
But that's the concern, right? Reece and a lot of youngsters don't have the final product. That's the concern. These two have the final product.
And at their age, at like 2021, we shouldn't be worrying about the final product. That would be putting too much pressure on them. Not everyone can be a Messi at that age. Not everyone.
No, but then that final product is what defines whether you get the chance ahead of a Pepe.
Yeah, but that final product is also something that you can hone and develop through years. And with a guy like Reece, who's got amazing potential, and like I said, the courage and the confidence to play the way he does is huge.
But will he stay if he's not getting a chance? Will Reece stay? Like now, Balogun wants to go out because he's not getting a chance.
Stay? I don't know. Will Reece stay? I don't know. But do I want him to stay? Of course, yes, I want him to stay.
Yeah, we all want him to stay. We all want Balogun to stay. But That is not going to happen. And why that is not happening? Because these players are not getting chances. Why they are not getting chances? Because they are not having an end product. Right.
No,
So
again,
that's where it comes to.
I
Not
agree with you,
exactly.
but at this age, at their age, they would definitely get the time and opportunities to show what they got. So you don't have to like. That's the thing with at 20, putting the pressure of an end product on a kid who's come through the academy and has to get more games to play is definitely a recipe for failure because you're not helping that kid in any way.
No,
So
but from Arsenal standpoint, that's not. But sorry,
Because
Ellen. Yeah, go ahead.
just like few things from my side. How many goals did Saka score last year?
I think he
Saka
scored
was
like
really good.
yeah, but
Saka
he
was
had
really
like
good.
a double-digit assist, right? Like he had 14 assists
No,
or 11 assists or something.
no, very less last year.
No, I
But the
think
thing here is if you take the end product as a definition, like he failed the last year. Will we agree on that? No, right?
No, I don't
Same
think
way,
so.
Emile Smith Rowe, right? Like he's not doing great things. Let's be honest there. Like the thing is, like we were missing number 10 for a long period. So whatever little he does, right? Like it looks very big for us. But in reality, right, he hasn't done like a master number 10 player. He's just doing the basic steps of a number 10, which is expected from any number 10. And since we don't have a number 10, it looks big for us. Like he is not like shown big potential to be like a big prospect. He's a good prospect. I'm not denying that. But like not like to the level we are talking here. Like he has just started doing the basic stuff right.
No, that is true. But
Then
but like Arun said, right?
Reese,
The thing
right?
is,
No,
yeah.
Reese, right, is not a number 10. Like for you to see the influence quickly. See, the same with like say Pepe, Willian, or anybody, right? Like see, Saka, if he hadn't had the impact season like last year, right? Like Saka will also not be playing to this level because now his confidence that is a very high level.
No, but
Like,
see, the thing is, right? Like whom we are comparing to is Saka, ESR, and maybe Martinelli. They have end products. These are kids.
no, all these
Martinelli is a
people.
wing who has end product who scored 10 goals last season, right?
No.
And
All these people, right? You can even add Gundosi there. Like Gundosi had issues with
no.
Arteta, but like, no. Let me be honest here. Like under Emery, all these people flourished, and these people are the people who got confidence and everything. Like see, Nelson didn't play much under Emery compared to these people. That is not because he's not good or anything. That is because like there were like players like for competition and like he didn't get a chance just because of that only. And these people playing under Emery, right? Like when you play day in, day out as like a first level player, that gives a different confidence. And that is why they quickly has grown.
Yeah,
like,
but Willock
Emery
did
was
that
a
too.
bad
But Willock did that
was
too.
not,
But he never.
see, as I said, right? Willock has physical issues. Like it will take even more time. Like he is good at what he does, but like because of his physicality issue, right? Like it will take a lot more time for him to excel in his role.
No,
because
that's
number 8, right?
The question
needs
is right. Yeah, the question is right. Like, it's not just about the chances because Eddie had chances, Willock had chances, but and then Martinelli had chances, and then Saka had chances. Among these four players, there were two who are really good, who are looking really good, and then two who are not.
Eddie, no. Eddie's case, right? Like if you just go into the, he was considered not a valid player for Leeds who were playing championship at that time. See, he was always a backup option. They always valued Bamford more than Nketiah. The reason being, Nketiah, right, like doesn't play with all the 11 players. He's like a typical poacher, like or a striker, like who just gets the ball and scores it. Leeds doesn't play that way. So even though like he had chances, like he was not regularly starting there for a championship side, not even a Premier League side. Like Leeds is a Premier League side this year only. He was not getting chances there, and he was always the plan B. So that is why, like, see, as I said, right, like you have to be like the main player for the team. Then only like your confidence will grow, and like with that confidence and with the more risks you take or more this thing, right, you'll also grow. These people, right, like Nketiah, like even though I say like this, for his age, right, like many people consider him to be one of the top guys for his age. So that is why what Arun was saying, like certain roles, right, you need to have players with like more experience or like they mature with more age, like with the age. It's like, so that is what is happening. Like so Nelson, like maybe like if he had played more under Emery, a coach who enables the youngsters, right, he might have been in the level of Saka or others this year.
But Arun, coming back to you, especially you said that about the plan to sign a number 10 with ESR emerging. I mean, is it just so if we go into the summer? I mean, we are not signing anyone in January. Like that's what I think is true. But going into summer, do you want someone to compete with ESR, or do you want someone to replace ESR for the number
Not
10?
what
Like
Ellen said it perfectly when he said ESR is not, um, like doing the things. He's not playing as well as we make him to be. That is very true. He's playing the role of a number 10. We are seeing a player playing between the lines after a long time, and that player is just doing the simple things that he's supposed to do. And at 20, with his experience, I would definitely not trust him to carry us through a season. We do need squad depth as well, and we need, if we were to be competing for top four, we need someone with more experience. ESR has raw ability, but that ability without experience would not give him the ability to make the right decisions at the right time. He can be like even Saka for that instant. Like, what makes a young player, what differentiates a good young player from a very good young player is his ability to make those decisions. That's the reason why you see all these young players playing very high up the pitch. Like, they're always playing in forward positions. You don't see him, like, you hardly see a 19-year-old playing a centre back unless you're Fofana. That hardly ever happens. That's because these positions, like Alan said, they need more experience. They need more exposure. You need to be able to make decisions, and those decisions you don't make them without getting the experience that you need to be able to make those decisions. So going into the next season with just ESR would be suicide.
No, not with just ESR. Like to sign someone who is similar,
That's
who would fight for the
someone
place.
who's going to compete with ESR would be suicide.
Okay, that is.
We need someone to mentor ESR also.
Yeah,
So like
that would be the
it's
best
like
option. For me, like there should be like a statement signing, like a number 10. I don't think we need to put like ESR as the number one choice.
No.
We need someone like to mentor ESR, not like compete with ESR if we are like honest about our expectations of top four or something. I don't think so. With ESR, we would achieve top four.
No.
Just a kid who is doing his basics correctly, as others said.
Like, if you think about it, like, if we're saying that he's doing his basics right and nothing beyond that, if you get someone to compete with him, and if that guy is also going to be at the same level, we might not buy that guy at all, because it's not going to add and make things better in any way.
Okay. That makes sense. Deepak, regarding the third goal, Cedric again does that thing, which I'm still like, Ellen and Arun says that it's a goal. I'll take their words for it, but it was not a complicated goal, but it was not a typical Aubameyang goal, right? I would have expected that from Lacazette, because and just before that goal, Lacazette actually has a really good shot on target, which the goalkeeper saves. So, but it's good that Aubameyang got his second goal and everything. Are you thinking the same way, that Aubameyang looks different now? Like, after in that game, he grew up and he looks like the old Aubameyang, like happy, which he was not looking for the couple of games before, right?
I don't know what you meant by like not a typical Aubameyang goal. For me, it was a typical Aubameyang goal, just tapping into the goal. So yeah, I don't know. He was like getting into the positions even in the previous games.
Yeah, but
for some reason he wasn't like able to finish, which was his best asset. I don't know what happened.
But I have a theory for that. I'll say later.
Okay.
Because, like, for me, I have been always critical about Auba. For me, he doesn't convince me on the left wing.
Okay.
He doesn't convince me as a striker because he cannot hold up the ball.
And yet he has so many goals.
Yeah, so that he is like an enigma for me. For me, the best thing about Aubameyang is his runs. For me, he's the second best player after Ronaldo to make the exact run spot like a playmaker accepts.
He has to bring in Ronaldo here. Okay.
So yeah, that's because he is the benchmark for every goal scoring.
Okay.
So I would, I have always been critical. I don't know how Aubameyang does it, but still, like, I wouldn't say like, previously he was getting into the positions like all the other games, but for some stupid ass reason, he wasn't able to finish at all. And he was like looking completely without any confidence. And whenever you see Aubameyang play, is always like enthusiastic or
that's what I was asking.
I don't know what was the reason it was missing. Maybe because of the goals he didn't score, and the pressure of like signing a huge contract and not contributing to the team, as well as the team losing so many points.
But also I have that question on that, right? Like, because okay, I thought I'd bring this up later, but with Ozil going out, with Socrates going out, Aubameyang has tweeted and responded with that, thank you, or like, it's been nice, do this, do that, be happy and everything, right? That is that another reason? Like, is that the point you are going to bring, Ellen?
Exactly. You remember? You remember my Sanchez United theory for the Crystal Palace losses?
No,
something like that.
Go ahead. Say that again. The Sanchez United
like I was
theory.
saying, right? No, I was saying, right, with Crystal Palace, like, we have a curse.
Because
like they wanted to sell Zaga to either us or United, and like
I got that.
To them, and like,
crazy theory.
Like this, right? If you see here, right, like Aubameyang started the season well. Once like Ozil was out of that squad, he stopped scoring.
Okay.
And like he scored like 1 or 2 only in that period until Ozil left us. Like after Ozil left, he started scoring, he started enjoying everything. So my theory is like he was doing a strike for Ozil till now. And after Ozil has now gone out, like he started playing normally back.
No, but getting back to Deepak on the Aubameyang thing, but yes, it does look different. Do you see that? Do you think that this starts his career again with Arsenal? As in, because we have been worried about him becoming another Ozil, right? We are all worried about him becoming, with this contract, 300k, he's 30 plus, and all those things. But is this giving you enough confidence, or you are saying, you are still like, let's wait and see for a couple more games?
Yeah, that's always my belief. Let's wait and see for a couple of more games, because like I believe the next game is Southampton. I think we will win, but not sure. The next game is against United. So I want us to win that game, and I want Alba to score some goals in that game. If he scores, I would be happy. I would say that he is truly back. If not, I will be skeptical again.
Okay. But touching upon, we actually brought upon one of the topics that I wanted to talk later, but we'll go ahead. With Ozil leaving, Deepak, I just wanted to go across everyone. But first, I'll start with you because you've been talking. What are your thoughts on Ozil leaving? Are you feeling good that it's like good returns, or you're still feeling like, he came in with so much? Because for me, I feel like he came in with so much, fanfare, and then he gave us some really good moments. And the way he left, at the end, it felt like, he has to go. But I still feel after he's gone now, I don't feel that good about it. I'm kind of in a mixed space. What is your thoughts on it?
I wouldn't say like good riddance. Like I would say like it's good for both parties that he left. At least he can concentrate on his playing career now, rather than sitting playing Fortnite and tweeting every game. So like he was our like marquee signing, like, and he for me he was like he was one of the best number 10 I have ever seen. So I'm like always I'm always his biggest fan, I would say. So not seeing him play in an Arsenal jersey, I'm like a little bit sad. But given the current situation, I feel it is good that he left. But always there is a tinge of sadness that he left Arsenal.
Yeah, that's there for me too. Arun, I know you were so happy about us signing Ozil in the first place. So, what are your thoughts on Ozil leaving?
Actually, I was actually sad, It was mixed because it was always, for me, it was always down to a case of whether it was Ozil or the club.
Mhm.
And I would always choose the club. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Ozil. I love the guy. I mean, like I've been a fan ever since I first saw him play in that World Cup. And like when him and Muller played in the World Cup, I've been a fan of him since then. I've been wanting for him to come to Arsenal. Like from when he joined Madrid first, I was actually hoping that Wenger would try and do something, use his German connection, and probably try and get him to Arsenal at that point. But he joined Madrid. I was pretty disappointed when we were being linked with him again, 2015, 2016. I was shocked. I was sure that it was not going to go through. I wasn't expecting the transfer to go through, and when he came, it was amazing. It was honestly amazing. We did a huge disservice to him by not giving him proper strikers. His returns would have been huge. Honestly, the impact that he had in that one season with 20 assists, I have not seen an Arsenal player have a similar impact. People might say Ramsey scored like they had the wonder season with 17 goals and all that, but Ozil, the kind of things that he was capable of doing and the kind of things that he actually did on the pitch, it's usually easy to miss those things because they are not going to end. They are not going to be an assist or a goal. And people love stats. People love looking at the final thing. If you look at Zidane's stats, Zidane doesn't have any. Like if you look at Zidane's stats, he doesn't have like a million goals or a million assists. But it's the things that he did on the pitch, like the awareness that he had was very similar to what Ozil had. Ozil had the same sort of awareness. He was able to pick anyone anywhere on the pitch. That's an ability that not everybody can possess. So always been one of my favorite players. Like huge statement when we signed him. It was supposed to be like the beginning of a new era, but then turned out to be another false hope. But yeah, I'm glad he's gone now because it frees up a spot. It frees up some wages. It also gives us like it shows that we're ready to move on to the next phase, and then that's been facilitated. So yeah, it's good for him, good for the club, and though I love Ozil to bits, it's for me the club always comes first. So yeah, the club. I go with the club. So
Mm. Yeah, I was really hoping because that season where he scored he did that 19 assists, and then the season where he had that amazing chemistry with Sanchez was like the highlight of the past couple of years or past.
and mind you, the season that he got all those 19 assists, he had the opportunity to go past 20. I
Mhm.
think like with a lot of games to spare.
Yeah.
Lot of games to spare, and still he was not able to go past it because of. Imagine a team with Aubameyang, Sanchez, and Ozil playing together.
I just
Yeah,
I
like it wouldn't have mattered who played on the right wing. We could have just played with like a wooden stick on the right wing, and we could have still won games.
Yeah.
So that's the opportunity that we missed. And instead of Aubameyang or a better striker, and there we have Giroud. So and we gave Ozil Bentner too sometimes. So we did a huge disservice to him, a man of his ability. So
Yeah, it is really a little bit sad that he would no longer be an Arsenal player to me. Ellen, what are your thoughts on Ozil?
Like I might not go in like particular order or anything, but like I'll just go with the flow. See, I felt we selling Sanchez to United was a major reason for Ozil not playing the same level he was playing before. Like I think he lost his motivation. He was like not playing with good players. He got Sanchez, and like out of all the players, you sell Sanchez, and what kind of thing that gives it like to Ozil. And I felt like that was the time like he lost his motivation, and his performance started coming down little. But like again, the way we signed Ozil, right? I was the only one in our entire WhatsApp group at that time saying we are getting him. People were not ready to believe
Yeah,
until it was officially announced. But like one day before itself, I started saying it because I was in Canada at that time, and I was like following with like not even sleeping and following many things at that time for this transfer. And like I can say you the background story also if you want. Like we were actually trying for Ugain at that time. Like we were not like bidding for him, but like we were having some discussions, and like Higuain was sold to Napoli.
Yeah.
So what Real Madrid did is, right, they wanted to have a gentleman's agreement, so they offered Di Maria to us, like as first choice. Like, so if we buy it, like if we are not ready, then they'll sell it for somebody. And like they gave like Di Maria for us at that time. But Di Maria wanted to prove at Real Madrid, and he said he was not ready for like to be sold, and he wanted to play there and prove it. So that is how like Ozil was like offered to us. And that is also the reason why we got Ozil for 40 plus million instead of huge amount. And that is how, like, so it was like a match made in heaven. Like, it was not like something like it was like destiny made that transfer to happen. And like, he performed really well after that. What is the worst thing, or like this more sad thing for me, is like the reasons that were given. Like, see, he made a lot of issues, like this thing, but he was dropped from the team for a political reason. Because under Emery, right, like if he had like sold or like he had left, it wouldn't have had this much, because he was bad during that period. But after Arteta coming in, like he didn't show, like, because of initial things, like there was like before the COVID, right, like the team was like completely down and like there was no thing, but like he was one of the hardworking and better performers under Arteta at the initial stages. If you see, after that he made that political comment and he was completely sidelined, saying various reasons. See, I am not blaming Arteta for that, because like Arteta cannot like say that political reason as a reason for not playing him, but like that was the thing that has like made sure he didn't get a farewell game also, like for whatever service he has done, right? At least one game, like say when they know definitely they are going to not play him, like maybe one game at like before that October period, September, he could have just played one game, like even a cup game, like and then like people would have like definitely like accepted that. Like, so not having a farewell game and like the way he left, right, like will always make me feel sad. But as Arun said, it's finally the club is what we follow, and like players will come and go. So we'll have to like go ahead like with this, like just like go ahead, but there will always be that sadness. Because for me, like he's the one person who has got the cups back in Emirates. Like Emirates before him, right, was like curse for us. Like after moving from Ivory, we were not at all winning anything, and he was the one like who made us to win again.
That's true. That's true. But anyways, guys, it's time for us to wrap up. We have been going on for a long time. Let's do a quick prediction of the upcoming Southampton game. I'll start with Arun. Arun, what's your prediction for the Southampton?
No.
Come on.
Southampton, yeah, we're going to lose this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Score prediction? Are you going to predict a score?
Score prediction 2-1. They'll win 2-1.
Okay.
Yes,
Deepak,
I'm never. There are a few things that are teams that I'm never confident against, and Southampton and Crystal Palace are two of them.
Okay, Deepak, you said you are going to win. We are going to win. So
yeah. So I think we will win 2-1. But if Danny Ings starts, it will be 2-2.
Okay, that's a very specific criteria.
Because he is their main goal scorer and he is their biggest goal threat. I think he is 50-50. If he doesn't start, we will win. If he starts, it's a draw. I don't think so we will lose.
I feel it is like a 3-2 win or a 2-2 draw for us, with one goal from Ward-Prowse with a free kick, direct free kick goal. We are going to consider free kick goal.
Okay, give us one score line, not like two score lines. Like either it's a win or a draw.
3-2 for us. 3-2 for us.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a 1-0 victory to us. I think we are going to continue with our trend of clean sheets, and I don't think we'll be able to score like as freely as we did against Newcastle, but we would still score a goal to nick a win is what I feel is going to happen. Anyways, nice spot, guys. Thank you for joining in today. Hopefully we'll see after the next game where we won. Bye.
Yeah.